family. Thank you guys so much for making it beautifully flawed. And of course, it's your girl RB back with another hit for you. Yes, we are still moving towards the Valentine's day, that special day. And so I'm here to inspire you ladies. I am here to inspire some looks for you. Now this gold red look, it is definitely something that you can also do. I did it, you can do it also. But I know you want to see what I have in store and how I got this look. However, before you guys can do so, I'm asking you, please just stop and take a moment to subscribe. Hit that button so you can also be notified of everything that I post, whatever I post. As well, guys, please remember to like, share, and also leave me a comment or whatever you want to say. Just make it good. Alright, well, thank you so much again, guys. Until we meet again, keep on being.
Hey lovelies, so we're just gonna jump straight on in, and we're gonna start, of course, by combing our brows in place. And I'm using the Jeffree Star spoolie and angled brush, of course, outlining the very bottom of my brow and the top. I'm saying this beforehand because I just want to talk to you. Yes, just want to, as my son would say, let's have a conversation. All right, so this look was amazing. I will say I wanted a different color as it relates to the very crease, but you know what, it worked out as beautiful, and I'll explain to you guys as I go along into the video. But I just want to say, for those who have been with me, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for sticking with me and being my companions. As well, for those who are new to my channel, shout out to you. I want to start doing shout outs maybe for every other video. I think that's what I want to do. I want to do some shout outs. I also was thinking about doing a bit of vlogging, letting you guys see who I am about. I'm more comedic off camera, I'm told. Yes, I think I'm more comedic off camera. I'm on here and I want to get you guys to know me, but apparently I'm not yet there. Okay, I am not yet there, but yes. So as you guys can see, I'm using the Jordana retractable pen in the shade Lavish brown, and what I'm doing is I'm just outlining both bottom and the top of my brow. As well, I'm just filling in any sparse hair there. The pencil has a wax-like, it's very smooth, so you have to also be careful whenever you're using it, because you will easily get too much product on the brow, and you don't want to do that. And to also get rid of any product buildup, you just go on ahead and you use your spoolie. Removes the product and also gives you that those hair-like strokes. So guys, as I'd said previous video, I'm all about the eyes. Maybe for the Valentine's period, I'm for sure all about the eyes. I will not be showing any foundation routine, and that's solely because I want to focus on the eyes. I will do another video as it relates to an updated foundation routine where I don't cut any corners. All right, I won't be cutting any corners. I'll just be showing you guys things that I've not really practiced, but things that you can also do if you really want to get that snatched look. So I'm using my LA Pro Conceal in the shade Fawn, and of course I'm just using that to clean and to carve the bottom of my brow. Alright, I will be going back and forth, and this is really to make sure that your brow is as precise as possible. Now what you guys can do, I did not do it on camera. Once you're finished, either with your, I'd say your eyeshadow, or once you're finished cleaning up your brow, you can always go back in with your pencil or the brush that you use in your pomade, and you can just go over the outlines to make them more sharp and precise. And yes, I'm buffing out, of course, with my trusty with the Real Techniques Deluxe Crease brush, and I'm always using this brush for under eye and well, for buffing out my concealer for my eyes, both above and below my, what you call that? Why am I forgetting? Like, ladies, guys, just see with me a bit. I don't know why I keep on forgetting my words. Like, come on, girl. Come on. So, of course, yes, as I'd always, I'm using my Carab to clean the top of my brow. This is a foundation. It is not a concealer. And I use it because I like the formula of it. So, yes, that's what I'm doing, guys. I know I'm talking a lot. I really wish I could talk to you guys like over, you know, with my camera, but always next to me is my newborn son sleeping in his crib. So, you know, I have to be doing these voiceovers. Alright, so I'm using Milani's eyeshadow primer. I'm trying this out. I think I'd used it once or twice years past. I don't remember how it was, so I decided to try it in this video. Now, guys, for the eye primer. So what the eye primer does, it not only affords you that beautiful, well, what it should do, you should prime your eyes to make your shadows much easier to glide on. And for most, the eyeshadow primer should also help with holding at bay the oils from your lid. Because I was not setting with my powder, I decided to use my eye primer. So yes, however, I don't think I liked it, so I just decided to use it to help to prevent the oils from coming out, from pushing through on my lid. But I'm still going over it with that LA Pro Conceal in the shade Natural. And of course, I like using a lighter shade because it helps to give you that pop that you're looking for in your eyeshadow. I want to try the e.l.f. Camo. I've heard so much about it, as well as the Infallible. Eventually, I'll step up to the Peel Louise because I heard that it was bomb.com. But, and I say but with a big, oh no. The reason I've not yet done so, financially, I don't want to go there as yet. I'm trying to let you guys see where you can actually use affordable things and get results, and that's what I'm trying to encourage here. I won't say I won't do it eventually, but for now, guys, I want to use things that are on the affordable side, and then, you know, we can step on into that particular arena. But for now, I think the first thing that I will be trying is the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, and I've heard a lot about it as well, so let's see. Oh yes, so much chattering. So I'm using my James Charles palette wholly and solely today, with the exception, of course, with that lid shade that you will see later on in the video. So I'm using that brush again. I think it's becoming a brush that I'm liking. I've not really used this kind of brush in the past, but I'm seeing now where it actually is a very good brush to have in your kit. So it's like a pencil brush, and I'm using it to lay the foundation, to lay my eyeshadow directly in my crease, and I'm packing it in there because I wanted an intense red, and that red was, as it said, it was red. Now guys, let me just say, forgive me, where you're seeing the tip of that brush, that's the shade I was using, not that shimmer that I pointed on. I don't know how I missed that, but yes, I'm just using a flat brush to lay that orange shade directly above, or directly atop the shade, the line rather, where that red stopped, and I'm just using that brush to place it there. I'm not yet blending out. I'm just building. So I'm just building the shade. As I'd said previously before, I like building it and then I blend it because I want a very, very rich payoff, and that's what I'm doing. And then I'm trying to blow the edges out because I don't want it to be a case where it's hard to blend out. And as you guys can now see, I'm using my brush now to blend both shades together and also to blow it out, so I still get a whiff of a transitioning shade. Alright, so moving towards my brow bone, I'm going to be using that light yellow orange shade, and I'm using a big brush. And the reason I'm using this brush, I want to now have a very light hand, because moving towards your brow bone, you do not want to have too much product under the brow bone. You want to make sure that it's properly blended. Too much product, you'll have nowhere to blend it but in your brow that you've already done. Alright, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So that's what I'm doing. I'll be going back and forth as usual, as always. Going back and forth will allow, that's what I'm doing. Going back and forth will allow me to keep my shades and still have a good blend. So I'm just using a small brush to blend out. So I'm just using it where I had the first layout or lay down of that shade, and then I'm just building it up. Not just building, but I'm also blending at the same time. So of course, this is me going back into that last shade to, yes, that's right. So that's me going back into that last shade to blow out and to blend that shade. I'm also coming to the very forefront of the shadows, and I'm using it to soften, because it's the lightest shade. I'm using it to soften the very front of that look. You don't want it to be too harsh, and because it's the lightest color that you're using, it literally helps to blend out. It literally helps you to blend out both shades. And if it's a case whereas these shades are not as visible or not as rich as you want them to be, again guys, you can always go back. But once you're going back, you need to go back with a light hand. Alright, you have to go back with a light hand to make sure there's not too much product. Or if you think there's too much product, just go back and just keep blending. Now going back into the first shade that I'd used, which was that red, and I'm going back in my crease area. Alright, because I wanted to have a crease that was rich in that red. So it would have been the red, that orange, and that yellow orange shade. It would have been a perfect transitioning shade, and it complements the lid shade that I will be laying down to come in the video. She's feeding herself as always. And guys, I'm never ever listening to music because, as I said, I can't wake my baby. But I'm always dancing. That's a good thing. I'm always dancing. That's a good thing. Going back and forth. I won't repeat myself. So using my Warrior 3 palette by Juvia's, I'm using that shade, I think it's Karama. I'll have to get the name. But guys, I will say this was where I got this is like one of my first disappointments. There's another, but I will hold. I literally thought this was a brick red. I thought I swatched, I thought it was a brick red, and it was not. It came off more of like a pink shade. I wanted it to be a deeper shade of the red that I had, because I really wanted when I cut that crease, I had the difference between that dark red and that lid, that golden lid. However, what I'm going to do, because I realized that it wasn't coming out the way I wanted it, and I could not, and I don't think I had any. I have a lot of palettes. I don't remember going through all the palettes and seeing that shade. Maybe I have it there, but at the time I did not look, because I thought the shade that I decided to use was like a brick red, like a darker red, to give me that contrast of the red that was before. I had to make do though. I had to make do to get me that deeper red. It did not play out really the way I thought it would, but I still got something that I can say was decent, but it was not what I wanted or not what I planned. But it's makeup, guys. I'm always saying it's makeup. It allows you to be creative. It allows you to take other avenues, and don't ever be afraid. It's style. Jamaica would say, style is style and style can't spoil, which means it's art. It cannot be spoiled. It's art. It cannot be spoiled. Of course, I'm blending. I don't know if I was blending. Well, you have to blend, but I mean, I wonder if I was blending to see, will it change the color? I don't know. But as I said, I was blending. Maybe I saw something where I thought it needed to blend out. Maybe that's why I kept on blending. And I didn't want to give you this part that was too long, but I will learn to edit in future, because I'm not a pro. So that's the resolution that I came up with. Okay, since I did not have that brick red, how about I applied some brown to it to deepen it? But the thing that I should have done was I should have used a brush that was thicker, that was more dense. Probably use the pencil brush, which you can do. It would have been more intense. The brown would have been more intense, and then I should have gone in and, use the blending brush to blend it out. But hey, as I said, it was still a beautiful look, just the same. It was really still a beautiful look. Alright, so I'm not sure if you guys are able to see as much. I'm seeing, maybe because I know what it looks like, girl. Looks like off camera, but it had a really nice transition. There was that light yellow, that orange, and they were all blended into each other. That red, and then in the crease there was the red mixed in with the brown, so it was a bit deeper in the crease, but it's not showing as bright. Or maybe I should have done it brighter for it to have been more visible. Just cleaning off my concealer brush that I'd used to clean up my brows. The shade on it would have messed with the base, which is nude, and of course it's the J.CAT All About That base that I'll now use to cut the crease. I saw some advice for you guys before you cut your crease. What you can do is you can basically do what I'm doing. You can touch like you're stamping to outline where you want your crease to cut, and once you're pleased with it, you can go on in and fill in your lid space. And so that's what I'm doing. So to get as good of a cut crease as I could get, I'm just stamping until the lines connect, and once they connect and I'm pleased, you can go ahead and you can fill in. But that's what I'm doing, stamping, creating lines, connecting the dots, afterwards filling. Alright, so you can go ahead, guys, at home, try. The first time I did a cut crease, I was livid. Like I did all the work and I was like, I watched YouTube, I'm like, oh, I can do this. Bam! My work was lost. I did not know about not going too high at the time. I did not know that I could transfer from my lid all the way back almost beyond where I'm cutting my crease now. It was so crazy. I was so like, I just did this and it's messy. But anyways, that was the then and this is the now. Practice gave me, brought me here, and it will bring you here just the same. However, you will mess up. I still mess up to this day. I still do, but it all comes down to just practicing. It all comes down to taking your time, try finding methods that work. I watched YouTube. Someone showed me if you have hooded eyes, that also helps really well. You lay your foundation again. You lay your concealer or your base on the very end of your lid, close to your lash line. You look up and that's where you cut your crease. And I think I did that in previous videos, but because I know where to normally cut my crease, so I didn't do this in this video. I'm talking a lot, I know, right? But I am getting carried away watching this, and it's my passion, so I will be talking a lot, or I am chattering. But hey guys, it's what it is. I'm buffing out the product that's on my lid. Whenever you apply your concealer or your base, you want to make sure that you buff it out, because it is liquid and it's going to will sit on top of your skin, or it will sit on the lid. You have to go on in and buff this out. Putting the product on this, it's gonna be hard to blend out. It's just gonna be a whole mess. A mess that you don't want to have. So always go in, buff out. This removes any excess product, buffs out and gives you that smooth surface to work with. Yeah. Yes guys, so I'm using a MAC, and no, I did not purchase this. It's a gift. It was a gift, all right? Not that I wouldn't, but hey, I'm trying to be as affordable as possible, but this was definitely a gift. You don't have to use this gold. You can use another gold from another brand. I will always say this: you don't have to use the products that I use. You can use products that are more expensive, products that are even more affordable than what I use. I'm just giving you guys the idea. You can always execute them with different products from different companies. All right, so I'm using a small brush. This is sort of like a lip brush. I don't use my lip brush for my lip brushes. I don't use my lip brushes for that. I always use them for this purpose. I'm always using these brushes to go in precarious places. I'm always using it to go into, like, get the very edge of the crease, trying to get the shadows to the very edge of the crease. Alright, so I'm using that gold, and it was lovely. So I'm using the ruby kiss there, and I'm just blending onto the gold the very first shade. I'm just blending onto to my lid the very first shade, and I'm doing this because I really am looking to get a nice transition from the outer part of my eye onto the gold, and I'm using that color onto that brush that you see me doing. Now guys, this is where I say I got disappointed. I'm not yet a pro as it relates to editing, and for some reason I don't have the last part of my video. It keeps saying it was corrupt. I don't know what I did, because I'm using my phone. It keeps saying it's corrupt, and just follow guys as you see me using the colors there. But I just wanted to talk before the video ends. I was editing, I did this a few times before, and I'm not sure, the file was just corrupt. I lost it, and I tried getting it back. I don't know how to. I tried watching videos how to get it back, how to make it uncorrupted, but it didn't. But I'll tell you what I did, so you can see what I'm doing, but I'll tell you what I did afterwards. I used my Ardell lash glue. It was clear, and I had some fine loose glitter in gold, and I just used my finger and I just patted some of that onto my lid, and I used the same brush that I used to clean or to cut my crease, and I picked it up on there and I pressed it onto my lid with a very light hand, of course, so as not to disturb the eyeshadow that I had underneath. And then guys, I used a brown liner from Black Radiance, and I drew a dramatic line, but I stopped where the eyeshadow was, and I used a very dark brown from the James Charles palette, and I just blended the edges of that into the shadows. And I wish, ladies, I really wish I could have shown it to you guys. I really must apologize, but I did not want to have this video go to waste. I really didn't want to have it to go to waste, and I know I could have redone it, but I'm trying to keep on schedule. I'm trying to give you guys as much videos this week as possible, so that's the reason I decided to upload just the same. So this look can be worn as is with your lash and all. So this can be worn as is, or you can always opt to use the gold glitter. You can use chunky glitter, because that's my option. That's what I wanted to use, the chunky glitter, but I didn't have any. I only have fine glitter, but you can do that. And as I said before, I use the clear lash glue. I don't have any. I've been trying to get the primer, the glitter primer, but no luck so far, so I had to make do, and I used my Ardell clear lash adhesive, picked it up on my finger. I basically rubbed it a bit, and then I just patted it onto my lid, picked up my glitter, and then I pressed it onto my lid. And I really wish, as I said, ladies, that I could have shown it to you. But thank you guys so much for your support, and thank you guys for, keep watching. Yeah, so I'm doing this, I'm blending, and I'm talking. So you see? But you guys get what I'm doing. So I really wanted to make sure I got the colors transitioning one to another, and that they blended onto the lid. So I'm just touching between the gold and the other shades using the gold brush, nothing excess on it. Alright, so I'll just be showing you guys some slides, some pictures of the look.